Okay, so the first half of 2024 is already over now, and there have been a lot of launches. Most of them were good and most of them were meh. But there's this one brand with their launches that has amazed us. Motorola. And this is not me saying this. If you see this data of top 10 Indian smartphone brands from IDC, look at Motorola in 2023 and 2024. Its market share has just doubled in India. And today we have the all new latest Moto H50. So the question that has to be asked is Motorola H50 an upgrade, or is this the best phone that you can get around 25,000? Now, first up, where brands are removing charges in a mid-range phone, here you get a big box. In the box, you get greeted with a very beautiful lavender smell. I mean, nice perfume. And then you get the phone, 68 watt PD charger, a Type-C to Type-C cable, a hard case, some paperwork, and a SIM ejector tool. Mother Nature should be very proud of Motorola for giving all the contents in the box and still being eco-friendly at the same time. Now, there are 3 really good upgrades this year that you should know about the Motorola H50, and one thing that you should really need to know before you think of buying it. Now, the recent trend that I've seen with Motorola phone is to make them slim and curvy. Like the H50 here is the same. It weighs around 182 to 183 grams. Even the phone is slim at 7.79 mm, which might not have been a big deal because up until last year, Motorola packed in 4400 to 4500 mAh battery, so it was easier to slim down phones. But this right here has a 5000 mAh battery and still slim. It feels so light that sometimes I just cross-check that if the phone is in my pocket or not. And another addition this time around is Motorola is calling this the slimmest phone to have military grade certification. Now we know IP68 means you can put the phone in water, but what's military grade certification?
So basically you test the phone for extreme cold and hot situations, even vibrations and shocks.
There's also Corning Gorilla Glass 5. So for a very normal user, in case you have these kind of faults, it will survive. And there's a bunch of tests, so by US military standards, it gets this certification. And it comes in these 3 Pantone colors. What we have is the dark green color here, and I like it. I mean, greenery. And what I also liked here is the display. Like these are the display specs of the Moto H50. Now you get a curved display here, and the curved display here is too curved. Like I have opened an article over here, and if I zoom in and move the page, see the curved thing is going till this part. Now for a mid-range phone, it definitely looks cool, but the edges at the bottom are so sharp that it gets kind of uncomfortable. So often I kept switching my hands while holding the phone. Now when you're reading articles and stuff, the edges are so curved that if you see these parts, then it feels like there are shadows at the edges, which was distracting to me when reading stuff. So I was watching this movie Adu Jeevitham, The Goat Life on Netflix. Sorry for the pronunciation. The color sharpness and all of it is very good. By the way, Netflix here doesn't support HDR, but on YouTube you get HDR support. And in outdoors also, the display is quite bright. Now, we have mentioned it so much time, it's good that brands are finally started mentioning HBM and peak brightness. So in outdoor conditions, you get about 1200 nits HBM and 1600 nits peak brightness. And the second upgrade is camera. You get Sony's LYT 700C camera sensor, and there's also a 3x telephoto camera, and this is the first time they are putting a telephoto camera in the base Edge series. Usually you get it around phones which is 35 to 40,000.
And we took some indoor photos, and the photos from it are generally good. They are sharp, colors are closer to natural and how they look like in real life.
Now the good thing is you get a 3x optical zoom camera, and I really like clicking portrait photos with this. Like usually at 3x, portrait photos of human subjects come out good, and even the edge detection is pretty nice. In videos you can shoot in 4K 30 FPS from all the lenses, which is quite good, but if you switch lenses in and out, there is a bit of a lag, and this lag is visible in the video output as well. There's a reason to it, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But before that, you get a 32 megapixel front selfie camera, and the selfies from it are good. Like light control again, sharpness, color are on point.
You can shoot videos in 4K 30 FPS from the front camera as well, and this is how the audio and mic quality is.
So overall, the cameras on the H50 here are as good as the other Motorola phones have been in 2024. And another upgrade this year has to be Motorola's software. You get Android 14 right off the box, running on Motorola's new Hello UI, and I feel that bringing Hello UI has brought a lot of features on Motorola's UI. Earlier, it was just stock Android with some features, but now it's feature rich, like the Smart Connect. So there's a new feature added on Smart Connect, this PC lock. Let's say your mom just called you to get the groceries and you're about to leave, and you see your younger sibling approaching your laptop to play games. Just tap on the PC lock button on the Smart Connect app before leaving the house, and your PC is locked. Your files are safe now. A small disclaimer here is the features of Smart Connect will only work when both the devices are on the same network. Next, you have this feature called Share Hub. Let's say you have a picture of yours and you need to transfer it to your laptop for filling out a form. File your ITR. All you have to do is drag and drop the picture on your phone to this drag and drop box, and just click on this pill on the top of your laptop. Boom. image is easily transferred. And there are tons of other features in Hello UI that we have shown in this video. You can check it out. By the way, in terms of software updates, you'll get 2 years of Android updates and 3 years of security updates. Also, you get all the important and necessary sensors. So the software game on Edge 50 is looking good. And one thing that we kept talking about since the start of the video, and that really one thing that you should know, is performance. The Edge 50 Pro comes with these specs, and this comes with the Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 Accelerated Edition. Now we know brands put Pro, Ultra, Energy, whatnot in processor names to make it sound better. So to check how much of a difference the Accelerated Edition brings, we ran the Antutu benchmark, which again is an app which gives an overall score to the phone's CPU, GPU. And if you see side by side with a normal Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 phone and the Accelerated Edition, the Edge 50 here scores 20% more. We also ran the CPU throttling benchmark to see if the phone overheats, and the graph and all is green. But then again, these are benchmarks. They don't tell you how the phone performs in real life. So let's test it with more practical examples, like as these days, a lot of us are using our smartphones to edit videos or stories for the gram or just making YouTube shorts and stuff. So we have a 4K video here on Adobe Rush app side by side with the normal Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 phone, and the Edge 50 here is faster than the normal 7 Gen 1 phone. And other than video editing, many of us do gaming on phone as well. So we played BGMI for about half an hour, and you can play it at HDR graphics at 60 FPS. The gameplay here was also quite good. There was no lags or heating as such. Maybe it is due to the 4516mm square vapor cooling chamber. So overall, regarding performance, the deal here is Snapdragon 7 Gen 1 might seem like an old processor, but Motorola has tweaked it. From a performance point of view, the Edge 50 is quite good. What's also good is battery. In my short usage of clicking pictures, watching movies, scrolling through reels, the 5000 mAh battery lasted me easily on a single charge. The Edge 50 also supports 68-watt fast charging, and PD charger is included in the box. Also, a good thing to see is the wireless charging from the last generation is still there. You get 15-watt wireless charging, and you can also reverse wireless charge TWS or other accessories. Now, I know that you might be like, Pratik, the Edge 50 here is an upgrade of which Motorola phone? Well, you can say it's an upgrade of the Edge 40 from last year. The Edge 50 is priced at 27,999, and it goes on sale on 8th August on Flipkart, and with some instant bank discount and everything, the effective price comes down to 25,999. So what's the conclusion here? Is Edge 50 the phone that you should get around 25,000-26,000 rupees? This is how Motorola's portfolio looks like. At around 22,000 to 23,000, you get Edge 50 Fusion, and around 30,000 to 33,000 rupees, you get Edge 50 Pro. This Edge 50 sits quite well between both of these phones at around 25,000-26,000. So basically, if you need an overall all-round smartphone with good camera, design, display, software, all of that, I think this is a good deal. Let us know what are your thoughts on this one. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew, pew.